In this video, I'm going to show you how to password protect a PDF file document and also how to watermark a PDF file. And at the end of this video, we will discuss about how to use PDF files for your online teaching business. And I will also just mention two ways in which you can track the downloads from your website. Downloads of the PDF files which you have provided for your potential customers or for your potential students. And this tracking of PDF files can give you a valuable insight about your audience and what are their interests, what topic they are interested in. And if you are an online course creator, that will help you to create courses on those topics. So we will just briefly discuss this topic at the end of this video. But first, I will jump on my computer and I will show you how to password protect a PDF file document and how to watermark it. So let's get started after a short break. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tahir and I make videos about educational technology tools available to teachers and students and also about some of the subjects I teach. If you are interested in this topic, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video on this channel. And now without further ado, let's first see how to password protect a PDF file. Now here is a PDF file document. This is an important document in which I am giving some instructions on writing a personal statement for any university admission or a scholarship. So I don't want this document to be just wandering around. Now I have opened this document in Acrobat Reader, and if I click on this file, it seems that I can straight away password protect this document. But actually this is not the case. If I click on this, and I don't want to do that because it will waste 1 or 2 minutes of my time, then it will show me this screen in which I have to pay $22 per month Australian if I want to password protect my file. And I don't have this much money to spare, unfortunately. And because I know that there are free methods to do that. And what I do is I simply type sajda.com in Google, which is my favorite PDF editor. And I click on all tools, and then under this security, I can protect this. I click on protect, and now I upload my file. First I click on this button, upload PDF file, and now I click on my file and I click open. This is my file .pdf, and now I can encrypt this file after putting a suitable password in this area. But before I do that, there are some more options. If I click on that, now I have two places to insert password. The first password is to open the file, but the second password is more important because this password allows you some more control. There are few check boxes here, whether I want to allow the modifying of the file, whether I want to allow the copy text and graphics in this file, whether I want to allow the printing. This is low quality printing, this is high resolution printing, whether I want to allow the insertion, rotation or deletion of pages or not. And there are two more options. If this is a form, whether I want to allow the form filling or not. And this is the strongest encryption. This standard AES 256 is the strongest encryption standard. And this free PDF editor Sajda allows you to do that, which is fantastic. So I can select any of these options. If I want to allow low level printing, I can do that, but I don't want to allow other things in most cases. And now I can put one password, let's say pass123 for opening of the file, and the other password, let's say 321 for printing. And now I click encrypt PDF. And now my PDF is ready. But in order to use it, I have to put the password, which is pass123, and I click submit, and now I have the ability to download this. I click on download and I can download this, and when somebody will try to open this file, it will ask for the password just like that. Similarly for printing. So this is how you password protect your file. Now let me show you another example. Now this is a PDF file where I want to put a watermark on this image. So if you have designed some resource for your teachers pay teachers account or for Amazon KDP and you want to show some sample images, in that case you want to put a watermark. Now again on this website I delete this file. Make sure you delete after working. The server deletes your file, but you don't want to take any risk, so you just delete your file immediately after you have created the password. And now again in the same security area we have a watermark. I click on that, I click on upload file, select my new file, and now it will show me this watermark which I can click and drag, and I have few more options. I can change this click to edit to any text. For example, I can put digit idea here. I can change the color here. Let's say I use this color. I can change the opacity. As you can see that as I move rightwards, this watermark becomes darker and darker. I can change the rotation just like that. Let me click on that, and I can also resize this just like that and position it wherever I want. And this opacity is too much, so just reduce this a little bit. You can even change this font if you want. There are few fonts available, and when you are satisfied with the watermark, you click on watermark PDF. And now this is your PDF with a watermark. Very simple. So always try to protect your digital assets with watermark when you are posting them online or in social media. It will grow your brand and it will save your copyright material. And now let's talk about how you can use PDF files. If you are an online entrepreneur, you must have a website. This is the first thing you should do. It's not very expensive. You should be able to afford just $120 per year expenses. So you create a website, and it could be just 1 or 2 page website. You don't have to put thousands of blog posts and these kind of things. Just put a little bit of introduction about your online courses or what you are offering. Then create a valuable resource about the topic for which you are creating courses. And then you use an email marketing software. Up to 1000 subscribers, you can use many software for free. For example, ConvertKit or MailChimp. Sign up with them and create a free account, and then what you do is create a PDF, a valuable PDF, put it on your website with some button, for example, download online teaching guide, and you link it to your ConvertKit, as I have done that on my website digitidea.com, and then you direct your audience towards your website using social media, Facebook, YouTube, whichever platform you are using, and if you are not using, you should use. And then direct traffic to your website. They will download that PDF and they will give you their emails. And the email is the most valuable asset for you as an online entrepreneur. So you are offering some valuable PDF, you are getting the email. Now, when my YouTube subscribers land on digitidea.com, they get a webinar or they download a PDF and they give me their emails because they know me from my YouTube channel, and there are a lot of videos. They trust me, so therefore they give me their emails. But not all of my website visitors know me, and similarly not all of your website visitors will know you and trust you, so they will not give you their email. But you want also to get some information about those visitors as well. So now what you should do is put some PDF on your website without asking for emails. For example, you can put a PDF document in your Google Drive and you can share them on your website, and then you track those PDF files to get some insight about your audience. There are few ways to do that. One is a free method by using Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics. Get some insight about your audience. For example, if you have 5 PDFs to download, you can track which PDF is most popular. So your audience is more interested in that PDF. So in Google Tag Manager, it's a very simple few step process. There are many videos available on YouTube. You can start a video, you can follow the steps, and you can put some triggers about those buttons where the PDFs are available for download. and whenever someone will click them, Google Tag Manager will send them information to Google Analytics where you can see that information. If you use a paid software, now the one which is affordable around $10 a month is DocSend, which I don't use, but it's very cheap. DocSend will also try to get the email, but if not, it will show you how many times your PDF was downloaded and how much time someone spent on a particular page of your PDF file. These kind of things. So this will give you a good insight of which topic your audience or your visitors are interested in. Then you can build your course around that topic, because online course development is a huge effort and you don't want to just guess that your audience is interested in this topic and create a course. This will not work and you will waste a lot of time. So this is the way you get some insight, and once you get the email, you can communicate with them, you can build relationship, you can add more value, you can give them some more PDFs, some guides, and you can offer them your paid services, your courses and your other digital products, because there is no shame in doing an online business. You have to survive and you have to get some money for those services which you are offering. So in this way, you can build a confidence with your audience and they will understand that this is part of your business and they will hopefully purchase your product and services. So these are few things you can do with these PDF files. Attach them with an email marketing software and track the downloads, get some insight, create online courses based on that information. That is it for today. I hope you like this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and see you next time.